Yes, to my African brother, I want us to look at it this way. There are so many things that have been muddled up, around us that we don't know how to come up with. Let us do this way. Let's take it one after the other. You see, there is an African emancipation movement going on all around Africa. There is a new awakening. Everyone is asking, or most Africans are now asking questions. But we have this problem. The problem is, if any prophet comes up, from Africa to educate, our people will connive with our enemies to clamp down that person or to kill that person. That as it may, let's come home. Let us discuss Africa bit by bit. So let us discuss Africa. Let us begin to put things in perspective. Like I said before, while I was discussing the other time, I said, and I will continue to say it, if you like, you hear. If you like, you don't have. If you don't have ears, you don't need to listen. But to those who are conniving to kill their brothers and the prophets of this land, something new just happened. You don't know about it. But the gods of this land just woke up. And it will be a heavy burden on you. Either you are a designated or designed security personnel that you'll be influenced with one name or the other to start killing the prophets of Africa. Because right now, there are more prophets than before. But there are things that are happening to us. I want us to talk about them. Let's discuss the beginning of religion as applied or applicable to me as someone who was born in a Christian home. Now let us talk about the blame game in the Bible. That we believe that the Bible was used to brainwash us. And I can tell you that I have proven that the Bible was used and is still used to brainwash us. And nobody wants to listen that way. The moment you say it, our people will say, oh, no, you are a devil, or you don't know God. God is different from the Bible. The Bible is a book. And so many of you that are listening to me are writers, and you write emotional books too. Okay, if you look at it, that in the Bible, the only thing that happened were just, blame game, blame game, blame game, blame game, blame game, and all that. Take it from the beginning of the Bible, that God Almighty created a perfect system, a perfect garden. And in that perfect garden, it is also said in Genesis that God created the tree of knowing good and bad. The point comes up. Now, God created the tree of knowing good and bad. Some Bible versions will say good and evil. So, evidently, God created good, God created evil. Now, the question is, if God actually created Adam and Eve perfect, why would God create evil? In another version of the Bible, it is said that God is not evil, neither does He tempt anybody with evil. But why did He create evil in the Garden of Eden? That question, nobody will want to answer you. They will tell you it's a mystery. That is what our African pastors will tell you, it's a mystery. A carnal man would not understand. Okay, I'm not a spirit, I am a man, I want to understand. If you go further, God created the woman to Adam. When the woman was living with Adam, God did not give them the privilege to give birth to perfect children. God allowed them to be stagnant in terms of reproduction of their species. They kept quiet. He kept them mute until one of God's sons, Lucifer, came from heaven and came to Adam's abode, which you call your earth, in the Garden of Eden, in quote. Now, Lucifer defied the woman, or they say he ate apple, in quotes. I don't know what kind of, whether it's red apple or green apple or the purple apple or what kind of apple, but they say, oh, they ate the fruit, the forbidden fruit. I am still searching for the forbidden fruit. If you know where the forbidden fruit is, I want to see that forbidden fruit that Adam and Eve ate, especially Eve. Now, when Eve ate that, Eve was not killed. The devil was not, or Satan, Lucifer then, was not killed. God allowed that. God that is love, that does not tempt anybody with evil. But God kept quiet, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscience. He knew everything, isn't it? Then he did not intervene. He waited until Adam came back. The Bible did not tell us how long it took Eve to convince the man to also eat the apple. So there is, to me, Lucifer came and raped Eve. So Eve now taught Adam what sex was all about. Because he never knew. He was looking at the woman as a fancy, just like that. So Lucifer came and taught her how to use that thing she has. But remember, but it is also noted that in the heaven, that there are no female there. I don't know who taught Lucifer how to do that. Then the story continues. Confusion. Now, when Adam ate, then God came. And God queried the man. The man said, well, the blame game. It was you who brought it. I didn't ask you for it. God said, because I was trying to do you a favor because I felt you are lonely. God, who did not have a wife, who don't know what family is all about, he created his own angels. Creation. He molded them. He fabricated them. But he gave Adam a woman. Then Adam didn't know what the woman was all about until Lucifer, who was not supposed to know about women, also came and showed Adam what Eve what it was. Then Eve taught Adam. Then when God was pronouncing judgment, God sentenced Adam to death. He sentenced Eve to death. He said, because I told you. You mean you have children in the house, you keep fish, a well-roasted fish there, and you walk away and say, you should not touch that fish. And when the children are hungry, you think they will not touch the fish? Or you tell the rat around your house, you say, that fish that I dried there, if any of you go there, you will die, I will roast it. Of course. You are the one tempting them. They didn't ask you to keep fish, because you are aware that if they are hungry, they will eat the fish. So who is God blaming? Now, let us pull it a little fast. God sentenced Adam and Eve, but God did not kill Lucifer. God kept Lucifer alive. God now allowed Adam and Eve to begin to have children, which is you and the other people. Because I don't know Adam, and Adam does not know me. That one went. So God now punished, tell Adam you die. And Adam died after some time. Then Adam now had children and left. Then God kept Satan, Lucifer. He now became Satan, the devil. One man, three good names. Very beautiful. Then Lucifer or Satan, the devil, now began to torment the children of his half-brother, who is Adam, whose wife he raped. All the scholars will say it is a mysterious fruit. You must go to the spirit and bring that fruit for we Africans to see. Because we are in Africa. We are not from the Garden of Eden, which is there in Europe. But in Africa here, which we know that was supposed to be the original Eden, we don't have that kind of fruit. When, the Adam died, the devil now took over. Then the devil began, or Satan began to torment the children of Adam, his brother's children. God did not kill Satan. They say, oh, if God killed him, that the other angels may say, why God go kill him? Is God answerable to the Satan? Or is God answerable to the angels? Or we are not reasoning it? The Almighty God, the authority finder? No, he's not answerable to anybody. The King of the universe is not answerable to anybody. And you and I know that. Then our brains have been, cleaned up and been, needled together to reason in a particular format. That, oh yes, this is what happened. Doesn't connect, it doesn't make sense. You may think it makes sense to you, but to the thinking minds now, it doesn't make sense. They say, oh, those who are thinking in this manner don't know God. You don't know God. Then instead of God to remove the problem, which is Satan, because the Adam children did not commit any sin anywhere. If we must follow the Bible story, I did not commit any sin. I was not there. It's not my problem. If you read the book of Ezekiel chapter 18, it says the sin of the father has nothing to do with the sin of the son, and the sin of the son or daughter does not have anything to do with the parents. So if the same Bible is speaking from two sides, then you now come back again and say in Romans that, oh, all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, or that we inherited sin from Adam. I did not inherit sin. The soul that sinneth, it itself shall die. So if Adam sinned, why now would you say me, I inherited sin from him? After all, the Adamic sin was supposed to end with Noah. Then to further this mystery, they now told you how Nimrod rose up and became hunters of men and all that. What happened? Was it not righteous people that crossed? They are not telling us that, oh, righteous people will now, after you suffer here, finish. You now go to heaven. There will be no sin there. When the children of Noah and Noah crossed to this other side of life, ask yourself, were they not righteous people? How come sin crept in again? They said, oh, because they inherited imperfection from Adam. How come Ezekiel 18 says, the soul that sinneth shall die? Why am I bearing my forefathers' burden? I don't know. But when we try to talk to our ancestors in Africa, they said it is evil. That it's not even supposed to be a problem of Africa. They call us, hidden or whatever. But, these things are just for a tribe. The tribe of Israel. It's not for Africa. It's not for the whole world. But they told you, that Christ came to save the whole world. So, when we now go back, we're asking questions from the bottom. Let us see, how did it work? Why did God spare Satan? God now came to kill Jesus Christ, the only son that he had left. That, Adam is dead, Satan is alive, Satan is tormenting the children of Adam. Then I have only begotten son who is in my bosom. I will go and sacrifice him so that I will save the children of Adam from Lucifer. Now ask yourself, who was God sacrificing to? Was God making that sacrifice to Satan? Does it mean that there is a bigger authority that God had to sacrifice his own son to? If I ask you a question, my dear brothers and sisters, would you be able to sacrifice your son to save me? As a good person, the only son you have, you sacrifice that son, you kill that son to save me. But you people say that God is love, and God sacrificed the only son that he loved so much to save the world. You see, fiction, fallacy, stories that nobody can verify does not make sense. I will stop here, we'll take it off from another point. But before I go, the only thing you need to do as an African person is circulate our message everywhere now and let everybody begin to come back home. All our brothers that have been shipped away, that have been molested, that have been, treated like animals, have to hear that we that are still in African soil can see their problems, and we want everybody now to unite as great Africa, and Africa has to be built now.